Also noticed that none of the colour changes have happened. I just edited all the changes to myself. Well, let's go to the menu, customize equipment, a new feature we've got now. So we're going to change that to the colour red. We're then going to go onto our peacock and change that to a bright pink. Then going to change the colour of the tie to a dark. Can we make that brighter maybe? Let's go with a dark, like maroonish red, and then let's change the back of the glasses to a white and the front of the glasses to a black. And then we want to save this, so escape is to escape. We have to save these changes and exit if you want to proceed. Yes. Oh hey, Dakalice, thanks for joining. Yeah, we eventually got it sorted. I got an achievement as well just now, colour coordinated, for changing the colour of an outfit. We're also going to just change up Umaru a bit as well if we can. So let's see what we can do here. So also has a rapier here. So let's see what options we got. Let's see what does a yellow look like? Bright yellow looks pretty cool there. Let's see what weapon 2 is. Can we go with that green? That green looks a bit ugly actually. Let's go with a... Yeah, that looks alright. And then can we change the suit colours? Just want to see what changes what. There we go. So we got... Let's go over... And then what does part 3 do? That's the actor bit. Yeah, we'll do that. She isn't wearing an eye patch. She's got a second item, so let's enter there. Oh, the song, the God Eater song, No Way Back. Yeah, it was okay. I must admit I've heard better soundtracks or better lyric or better soundtrack, but I did enjoy it. Probably add it to my list of music I have on YouTube just for listening. Since I don't remember hearing it in the playing God Eater, I can't really say about any hyping, but I guess when we get round to it and we hear the song playing, we can see how we feel that way. I may change my mind and opinion on it. Right, so we're gonna just do some of this dialogue for now, just to get these green speech bubbles away from the map. Kind of like an OCD thing of just clearing the map, the stage.
クレハとマスター、お疲れ様なのです。二人の連携がすごかったのです。ありがとう。別に大したことじゃないわよ。
Yeah, I quite like those kind of songs, Elias. You know, it's something I do enjoy. But I think since it's like I'm listening to it out of context,
そんな褒
um,
めすぎだってば。
you know, I don't get that same feeling. It's like one of my favorite anime soundtracks is the Attack on Titan soundtrack, and I've got the album. But if you're to listen to the tracks without watching the show, you kind of don't really get that same feel. But what I do recommend, if you are interested in some anime soundtracks, is to take a look at the Attack on Titan soundtrack. It's really good. There's some great tracks on there. Definitely worth a listen.
キリトの反応速度でも？
アスナやシノンたちとやろうと思ってもかなり厳しいだろうな。
You really missed the first intro song from the anime in the games?
正直。
From God Eater, are we referring to?
クレハは
Or Attack on Titan?
いいと言われて面白く
They didn't. I can't remember the music in the Attack on Titan game. The collector's edition also did come with the soundtrack for that, so I do have that. But did it actually?
そういう意味じゃないわよ。でも
Yeah, I imagine the Attack on Titan game wouldn't use the same anime. It's all about like licensing rights.
そういえば
Um,
思い出した。
the most you could probably get is like the band doing like one single like intro and that's it. So like Sword Art Online here, we got a song by Lisa. Digimon Cyber Sleuth got an intro, but you'll never get it like a full like soundtrack of 10 tracks or something. You'll be lucky to get like one track and that's it.
レア装備なのです。
Um, it was the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. I think it was the fourth one when they brought out the Boruto content. They Kanaboom. They did a song, but it was only used in the trailer, I believe. It wasn't actually used in the game, so all you'll get is like a small promotion. You won't get like any, full-fledged songs or soundtracks.
決めたのにどうしてあんただけそんなのドロップしてんのよ。
Again, with Fairy Tail, the RPG, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna get original. It's gonna get its own like original
マ
soundtrack.
スターが手に入れ
It
た
won't
レ
get
ア装備
anything
です。
based off the anime
これで
itself.
終わりのようなのです。
Again, it's all about the rights and owning the rights to those tracks. It will probably cost a fortune just to include them in the game. It's why like Pirate Warriors has their own variation of like We Are, or like their own track that they use throughout the franchise of Pirate Warriors. Simply because it costs too much to have them in the game. Also why the DLC for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and also One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, the anime soundtracks, they're only like a minute and a half long because it probably would cost a fortune to have all those different tracks in the game.
なんで
Yeah, Dark Elish, you're absolutely right there. Yeah, likely the original songs are in the style of the anime soundtrack. That's pretty much what you'll get is like someone doing like a remix or a tweak.
コレハはずっとアイテムを見ていたのでそうだったかしら。
ああ、みんなここにいたのか。
キリトさん、
クレハが欲しがってた例のレア装備、もうあの付近にはないみたいだ。リソースの関係かもしれ
I
ない。
hope these lead to quests and they're not just like random conversations because again, if you like your character development, then you're gonna love this game because every character gets like new character development, they get new, information and tidbits about
だ
them.
から朝の
And if you've played the previous Sword Art games, this is like continuing that game, that series, so it's further expanding on that. Yeah, what I've heard from the reviews or the discussions from the One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, the anime soundtrack is there's about 6 or 7 songs from the anime or the anime openings. So it's not the One Piece soundtrack. It's the One Piece openings that you're getting, and you're only getting like a minute or a minute and a half long. So I don't even think you're getting the full opening length, or even the full length of that opening, which is usually about 4 minutes per song or something. And what people have said is that you select your track for that stage, but once that track's finished, as in 1 minute 30, the rest of the stage is silent. Yeah, I think Naruto really did it well, and I'm comparing Naruto to Dragon Ball, where Naruto, you got, them kids, you then get them in Shippuden, they develop, they, older, etc. You then move into Boruto, where they play pretty much like, the parent figures, and they've got their kids, you see them develop from there. And if we're comparing it to Dragon Ball, where Dragon Ball Z was kind of like Goku, and well, the show was meant to be it was meant to center around Gohan essentially. That never happened, that got dropped. So the great thing that Boruto does right now is that the characters like Naruto, Sasuke, the adults, they show up, but they don't take the spotlight. It's all on the kids. Something that Dragon Ball really should have done with Gohan and the younger characters, which unfortunately didn't. They just basically kept it the Goku show. And yeah, Fairy Tail also that had a lot of good character development as well. I did really enjoy Fairy Tail and the majority of the characters there. And it managed to work so well with Fairy Tail because Fairy Tail has a wide range of characters. So Hiro Mishima really did really well there in blending out developing everyone's characters. Yeah, with Boruto you have got like your main cast of characters, but there has been more recently a lot of characters are getting their own small mini arcs and storylines. So characters are starting to get some development. But the main focus is really on the main show. But you could argue with Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, it's the same there. It was the main trio with certain characters getting development and others didn't show up as much. If you really want to talk about a show that really didn't give anyone any sort of character development, and that's Bleach. My gripe with Bleach is that Takuba, the editors of Bleach, full well and knew that there was only certain popular characters, and they just got all the development, they just got all the screen time. And for a show or a series that had teams of 12, or these 12 main captains who had teams and divisions within that, with other characters, only 2 or 3 teams out of the 12 got really the spotlight. And I think that's one of the downfalls of Bleach. What made it worse is the final arc introduced so many new characters, and they were just used as fodder. And I don't want to jump into a whole rant about disliking Bleach or aspects of Bleach, but Takuba was really good with character design. It's just a shame that he just kept creating characters and characters and characters and just didn't really give them any time to shine or spotlight. Like I was saying that Fairy Tail is the kind of anime where some characters are where they're supposed to be, then something pulls them out of that, then places them at a spot again. Erza, she's in a great spot until that incident. After that, she returns to her old place with minor issues. Yeah, I think Fairy Tail did well like that. They gave characters spotlight and moments, and then they kind of go off the record, but then they get brought back. Yeah, I agree. Guys, in Naruto Beyond Team 7, most characters mostly only do a lot in their developing arcs. For the canon material, yes, but then what? After the initial series ended, and they did at least 100 episodes of filler, a lot more characters started showing up and getting time to shine, which I don't class as canon, but for those who like that sort of stuff, I guess some of their characters got time to shine and got some moments. It's I would probably like some of the filler because they brought Rock Lee into it a lot. And there was a lot of moments where Sasuke was in it as well. But it's been a good number of years since I've seen those episodes. I agree that Dakalites with Fairy Tail, that the guild is actually fully functioning, apart from a few characters that needed development. Yeah, you could pinpoint every character and know they do this or they've done that and etc. But Mishima did introduce a lot of characters later on that just didn't get that same treatment. Speaking of characters, and this is some sort of like trying to like link this or connect this to something else or something game related, but Pirate Warriors 4. So we have Charlotte Katakuri getting is it Charlotte? No, it's not Charlotte. Smoothie Katakuri is going to be in One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 as DLC. We don't know when that's happening and when that's getting released, but we're at the end of May now and we haven't got that second character announcement. It's not been confirmed there was going to be an announcement of a second character, but I would like to know who these characters are going to be in release and when they're going to be released as soon as possible. I'm thinking we'll hold off from like streaming any more Pirate Warriors 4 until the DLC comes out, and that way it's kind of like fresh again, that you know starting that game again and playing through as those characters. Ah, I was right the first time, was I, Dark Alliance? It's Charlotte Smoothie, and her brother is Charlotte Katakuri. Right, okay. I don't even remember her much, like, I'm positive like Smoothie only had like at least 6, maybe a volume worth of screen time. And even then I think that's pushing it.
メニューは任せるよ。すぐの料理は何でも美味しいからな。
じゃあ買い出しに付き合ってね。冷蔵庫の中空っぽなんだから。
Yeah, Smoothie never really thought. There was moments where I think all I remember is there's like a scene where she's like draining someone over like a cooking pot or something, but that's all I remember of Smoothie. So I'm wondering what they're gonna do. Like, I hope they just don't just make her like use some other character models like fighting style, and then just give us some like specials that are related to her Devil Fruit. I hope they do make her unique. Oh, you think they're gonna add the Mud Guys DLC? Caribou with the Mud Fruit. He's a really pervy, creepy character, is Caribou. It's amazing how he's still in the series. Like, he showed up before Fishman Island, and he's still around to this day. He's like the butt of the jokes and everything, but yeah, it's I can imagine, I can see them adding him to the game. You'd never play as Caribou if they did add him. Oh, I'd play as Caribou. Like, I can imagine like his, like, because everyone's got their own running animation. Buggy's got like his vehicle, his RC buggy animation. I can just imagine playing as Caribou, and you're just this slimy mud, just like, you know, going along the surface of the ground, just like a wave pool sort of thing, and just like you creep up on your victims and just, you know, do whatever. It'd be pretty fun. And my absolute must character that they need to bring into this, I really hope they do, is Foxy. I really want Foxy to be in the in this game. You're saying that Caribou could be sort of like Blackbeard with the Yami Yami fruit. Yeah. Essentially, it'd just be like, instead of it being like pitch black, it'd be more like a browny muddish, like, you know, colour. But that they could have a similar style there. Hey, Yones, thanks for joining. How's it going? How's your Monday going? You still playing? Yones, we're referring to Pirate Warriors 4 with the DLC characters that are coming to the game. So we've already got like Charlotte Smoothie announced, and Decalis was just saying that it's only a matter of time before we get Caribou in the game. So we're just like thinking of a like fighting style and who to compare it to. So Dark Alliance recommended or suggested that Blackbeard Yami Yami fruit would be a similar style to Caribou, with Caribou's like mud style. I'm just going to turn the volume up on the game audio because I've noticed in a lot of playbacks of my highlights that the game audio seems to be really quiet, which I really don't understand why, but I've just amended it now, so hopefully it's a lot louder, and you can hear it more clearly. Everything's going great. You're having a blast playing Pirate Warriors. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I mean, I know it's kind of like, you know, suggesting to like, you know, kind of hold off from it, but maybe it's a good job you got it sooner then, because if you're really enjoying it, that's good. It's good to hear. I am going well, thank you. Yes, it's going good. We had a bit of trouble starting the stream earlier, but we're up and running now. Just going through some dialogue, getting the green speech bubbles out of the way before we continue. We're going to head to the area boss anyway, and we're tackling the zone boss, so we must be close to finishing the zone, even though we only just, you know, activated it, or we got to that zone last night. Yes, you're absolutely right there, Jonas. Caribou is someone who showed up just before Fishman Island, and then has been like in the series every now and then. And yes, he used like his mud fruit, and he was like gathering them all up, and then they managed to capture him in a barrel, and he's been like trapped in that barrel ever since. Oh, did Namco Bandai have a sale going on for Pirate Warriors 4? That's good. Did you get a good discount on the game? Dark Elias. Now you're just joking around now. You want Absalom as a playable character, or the Bride Hippo? Like, I thought you might have been a bit serious then when you mentioned Absalom, but then the moment you mentioned Bride Hippo, who you don't even use her name, you just call her the Bride Hippo. The Bride Hippo. Can you imagine that? They don't even use her actual name. Her title for the game is just Bride Hippo. Maybe Absalom and Bride Hippo could be like a duo. So whenever Absalom's fighting, like, he just has an assist. Like, if you know the Duck Hunt duo from Smash Bros, it's kind of like that. Absalom would be a weird character because I don't think he has a fighting style. Like, he just goes invisible and stealthy. So, like, he'd be quite OP because it's like, if he goes invisible, does that mean they can't see you, so they won't fight you? Or would they know where you are, or would they just attack aimlessly and hope that they hit you? Yeah, I'm not sure what Bride Hippo's name is either. I'm sure a quick Google, we can work it out. If I just type in Bride Hippo Thriller Bark, I'm sure the name's gonna show up. Wait, how could we forget? Oh, hey, Virtual Knight, thanks for joining. How's it going? How's your Monday going? Bride Hippo is Lola. So Lola had like a zombie version, and that's the Bride Hippo. Yeah, Lola's shadow was put into that hippo. Drake X would be cool, Yones. Yeah, no, I completely agree there. Drake's the one that can go into a dinosaur, isn't it? Like a T-Rex. Is that the one? Some of the supernovas, I can't remember what their abilities are.
仮想世界で
Um,
現実世界の通りに生きている
Hatchan Yones. Hatchan could be interesting. Hatchan's been since Pirate Warriors 1, so the movesets would be there. He'd kind of have like a Zoro thing, except he'd have like eight sword style, so that could be interesting and a bit unique. I'm actually quite surprised he's not actually had he's not a major character, but he's shown up quite a lot throughout the whole series, so
人は
um,
ロールプレイをすることで
you know, I can imagine him, being a playful character. I mean, heck, if we're gonna get brand new characters to the game that have not been in the game at all, then Hatchan could be one of them.
多かれ少なく
Um,
現実の自分を偽って過ごしているに違いないんだ
Dakalaish is saying that Kefla's always been ignored. Who's Kefla?
それはあなた自身が
I don't remember her.
生きているって言いたいのかしら。
そうだねそしてそれは君も同類ということさ
否定はしないわ。私はこの世界での
Oh, the bubble lady from CP9. Yeah, she in the whole of like CP9 and Water 7 in his lobby showing up in the Pirate Warriors games.
じゃあ
She's never had an appearance, I don't believe. Other than like a cutscene moment maybe or something.
現実の自分
So yeah, I mean she'd be an interesting character. She'd be unique. She'd be probably a similar style to Nami.
器用な性格じゃない
So yeah, that could be an interesting style.
ならぜひそのうち現実のクレハ君と会ってみたいものだね
The spinning blade guy from the worst generation would be cool. Khalifa, yeah, Khalifa, not Kefla, Khalifa, yeah. The spinning blade guy from the worst generation. I'm not sure who you're referring to there.
僕
The
はそろそろ
spinning
ね
guy.
ランキング発表を確認しに行くんだった
I do apologise for those that are interested in the Sword Art Online gameplay here. I'm, skim reading it, but we're really not paying much attention to it. We are going to carry on with the main campaign after this little
あ
conversation.
んな風に言い返しちゃう
Um,
クレハちゃん
I don't think any of this is going to come back to us, so we're just kind of doing it to, get it out of the way there.
大丈夫です気にしてませんからそうだった私リアルでお姉ちゃんと出かける約束があるんです
Oh, the guy with the mask. Killer. I'm referring to Killer there. Killer could be interesting. Killer actually got a lot of development lately as well, so interesting if they did put Killer in there.
クレハが行ってしまったのです少し心配ねクレハはいつも元気にマスターを導いてくれる人ですきっとすぐに元通りのクレハになると思います
Scratchman and Pooh. No, we don't. Dark Elias, we do not need Scratchman and Pooh. One Piece doesn't even need Scratchman and Pooh.
いつも
Right, why is there so many conversations around here? Let's leave this. Let's make our way to the underground labyrinth in Solitary Sands. We do have an epic weapon, so should be able to hold our own. So let's make our way there. Last night we accepted like 10 plus like quests. So actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the Remnant Wasteland first and do a few quests. And then we'll move on to the Solitary Sands. If we can level up and grind, then yeah, we're just gonna take advantage and do that.